Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting us to present our paper in Advances with Field Experiments Conference. This is joint work with Asad Islam, Sungo Khan, Ima Masood, Nishit Prakash, and Shwetlena Sabharwal. I am Deepak Saraswat from the University of Connecticut, and I'll be presenting our paper, When Goal Setting Forges Ahead, but Stop Short. So straight away getting into the study setting, this is a study in which we are trying to test if goal setting and recognition awards can motivate students to work harder and improve their academic performance. And we do this by conducting a large scale field experiment with about 18,000 students in 187 schools of Zanzibar in Tanzania. The goals which we are talking about, and I'll explain a bit in a bit, are set by the students themselves, which allows the self-set goals to be personalized to students' underlying behavioral patterns and their desires to achieve higher academic performance. The goal setting specifically is tied to performance in a math test, and students set a goal of achieving a grade out of 20 in an exam in the endline assessment. The students receive a baseline test in mathematics initially to assess the base level, and an expected score on this test is also used by the students to set a goal for the final endline exam, which is a main outcome. There are two main treatment arms in the study. The first one being the goal setting itself, and second one where we bundle the goal setting with non-financial recognition awards. And these non-financial recognition awards are basically recognition in a public ceremony with trophies and flags for achieving the goal. The study started in February 2016, and we did the final assessment in October 2016. Uh, we took a test, we look at the test scores as the main outcome, and we use time use, student effort, discipline, confidence, and aspirations as the outcome, which may feed into hopefully the higher test scores. So this is mainly motivated by a large literature in psychology and education psychology, where setting goals have theoretically and empirically been shown to improve outcomes and help people in achieving their objectives. And this happens through increased effort, persistence, discipline, etc. And all of these things feed into a high performance. The contribution of this paper lies mainly in the area where there are few large-scale RCTs, especially in the context of developing countries, and which are mainly testing the impacts of goal setting on academic outcomes. For the main results, we'll be looking at the 7 outcomes, and we have the results from both the goal setting and goal setting plus recognition arm. All of these outcomes, except the test scores, are standardized indices combining various survey questions within each of these main areas. Mainly, we find that impacts the things move on students' time use, effort, and discipline, but we do not find them to be translating into higher test scores at the end line. And this is consistent with many recent studies in various different contexts. Also, we find that it is mainly the goal setting arm which shows improvements, and not so much when goal setting is combined with the recognition arm. We also do certain heterogeneities. First, we look at the results by gender of the students, and we find that female students are the one improving this outcomes more than their male counterparts. And this finding contrasts very well with recent studies, which do not find differential impact on outcomes by gender. Secondly, we also look at differences in outcomes by students' own abilities, wherein we compare the students' baseline score to their expected score on the baseline test. And this question was asked right after the baseline test about what they expected to get on the test they have just taken. This is what defines the overestimation criteria for us. And we find that students who overestimated their baseline performance showed higher improvement. And this could be linked to findings in studies which find that overestimation in general links, it relates to higher risk-taking ability, which in turn can result in better innovation and better outcomes. We also look at the differences in results by students' socioeconomic status. And the first one being this economic status of the student's household. And here we divide the sample into higher and lower than the median asset index recorded at the baseline. We find that the students from the poorer households are demonstrating higher impacts. We also divide the data by education level of parents, and we find that students whose parents cannot read or write English are the ones improving their outcomes more than their counterparts. So students from low socioeconomic status are doing better overall. So this concludes the short presentation of this study, and we are very happy to get any feedback. Thank you very much.